Yo, what's going on, guys? Digital Die here, back with another YouTube video. And as you can see by now, this is a completely different video. We're basically gonna go over some mindset stuff, some three habits or three things to avoid if you want to see success. And today's video is gonna be completely different from the normal. Trying something different, and I feel like based on my podcast, I felt like I should talk about my experiences. I've been in ecom for about 3 years now and done around $6 million in revenue. And I've done multiple other types of businesses as well. And so I feel like I have the credibility to talk about my experience, and I want to share this to you guys so that you guys can avoid certain things like wasting money, right? Wasting money on bullshit, not hanging around the right people, being around the right people. And number three is having shiny object syndrome, where you're always trying to do this and do that, juggle multiple things, and actually not get shit done or see the success that you want, right? And so number one, let's get straight into it. Number one is don't waste money on bullshit, right? Basically, why you should avoid that is because it's gonna set you back a lot, right? Let's just say, for example, you have a job that makes you $200 a week, right? $200 a week, and let's say you want to get into a business model like e-commerce, right? If you're doing organics, right, it doesn't require much money, but let's say you're getting into paid ads, you're definitely gonna need money to spend on ads, at least $30 to $50 a day, right? And so you don't want to spend money on random shit that's not gonna help you grow. For example, I would spend money on a bunch of cars, a bunch of monetary things and items, and guess what? I regret it, right? I regret it because I could have used that money to grow my money. Like, you'd rather put, let's say, for example, you get a $200 paycheck. I would spend all of that. I would basically spend all of that because I know for a fact that, well, I'm gonna make another $200 next week, right? So you kind of have that comfortability and think that, okay, well, I'm gonna make $200 again anyways next week, and so you just spend it, right? Don't have that mindset, bro. That's gonna keep you broke. That's gonna keep you very broke. You want to have the mindset where you make the money, you invest a portion of it, and then you use a portion of it for bills, and then you use another portion of it to actually spend, right? And use a very small percentage of it just to keep it there in the bank account, right? You gotta have good money managing. You're just spending money on bullshit, clothes, shit like that. Spend money on something that you actually need or will give you a return on ad spend. No, sorry, not ad spend. Will give you a return on it. For example, put that money into an investment account, in indexes, crypto, right? Like right now, crypto is at a like 90 or 180-day low, right? Everything is super low right now. Everything's super cheap, and it's a good time to buy, right? You want to let your money work for you, right? So don't waste money on bullshit. Make sure you are investing and managing your finances, bro. I made the same mistake when I would make huge profits and have huge paychecks, and I would immediately spend it on my lifestyle. Trust me, you don't need that lavish lifestyle until you know for a damn fact you are successful and you are living well, like financially free. Number two, right? Number two that I want to talk about is don't surround yourself around broke people, right? I can't stress this enough. If you, okay, I can't stress this enough because there's this quote that everyone knows about, right? You are the average of the five people you are hanging around, or that you hang around, right? And so the environment you're around, the people that you're around tells a lot about who you really are. For example, if you only hang out with people who do drugs, smoke, and don't have a life, like they don't have a job or anything, well, what's gonna happen to you? That's probably gonna influence you to be the same, right? And so like that's exactly why you want to surround yourself around people who are, they don't even have to be succeeding, like just good, genuine people. Like for example, like for let's say for me, right? I used to be surrounded by people who would just play games, like play games, don't have a business, don't have a job, they don't have work, they don't have anything going on for themselves, right? But once I stepped out of that comfort zone and actually found people that have the same mindset, they're not necessarily rich or successful, but they have a strong work ethic, they have strong morals, and they actually want to have a life. They want to have a successful life, and they have a plan for that, right? And so if you surround yourself around those type of people, what's that going to make you? The same as them, right? So like I said, make sure you get around those people and actually work with them. Don't just be around them just because. You actually need to be doing something. Because if you are around a group of people that have the same mindset or who are actually more successful than you or where you want to be, that's going to force you to work hard, right? And if you do nothing about it, you're just completely lazy. I'll tell you that. You're completely lazy and you don't want that, right? Think about it. I'm 21 years old and I've made a lot of mistakes. I've made a bunch of mistakes and I'm happy I made those mistakes because if I didn't make those mistakes, I wouldn't have learned it. If I didn't spend a lot of money and wasted it, I wouldn't have known the true value of money, right? So don't waste time. You guys have a lot of time ahead of yourselves, and I feel like you can make a lot of use of your time by connecting the right people. Some ways to connect is online, right? For example, I have a Discord server with a bunch of ecom people, business people. Go on Twitter. Twitter is a perfect place for you to connect with people. Start being active on Twitter, right? Like if you go on my Twitter, it's at Real Digital Dow. I just post a lot of random stuff. Twitter is about yapping. It's about yapping. I just post quotes, things that are on my mind, things that are happening in real life that I'm currently going through, or even just like updates on some stuff, right? And so if you're more genuine about yourself, people will like you. And that's why, like, not to brag about myself, but a lot of people like me because of my personality and the way I am and how I present myself, right? And so if you want that as well, you're gonna need to put yourself not necessarily out there, but at least do something to gain some attention from people that want to be your friend or be around you, right? For example, start working out. Maybe you can find people at the gym. Start connecting people at the gym, right? Maybe build a small circle at the gym, or if you go to like a networking event, for example, search online. There might be some ecom events or any webinars or seminars, right? And so just do your research and having the right people around you, it will make you work harder. I'll tell you that. And so that leads me to my third thing, which is remove shiny object syndrome. And why is it so important? It's because, well, what is shiny object syndrome? Shiny object syndrome is basically the idea of you having so many ideas, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to tackle multiple different things, but you can't put so much focus onto it to where it succeeds, right? I think you should remove shiny object syndrome because if you are juggling with too many ideas, it's gonna be really hard for you to have clarity and think about what you actually want. For example, back then I would be doing day trading, I would be doing car detailing, I would be working a job, right? I'm juggling too many different ideas, and then whenever I am presented with other ideas I see on social media, like, okay, well, I see people doing so well with Amazon FBA, or I see a lot of people doing well with meme coin trading, right? And like, let me tell you, I know it looks good. Like, the thing is, every business that you're seeing online, all of those businesses or money or ways to make money make a lot of money. It just depends on how much time you put into it, how much effort you put into it, right? For example, the reason why I'm so successful with e-commerce is because I simply put more time. I'm no different from any of you guys. I just simply put more time. I never quit because quitters are failures, right? Quitters are failures, and you are actually closer than you think. And so just keep striving, and keep pushing through that business, right? It may not be for you. Maybe you want to get into something else, but just don't dabble into multiple different things at once because that's going to lose your concentration and it's not going to get you far. I promise you that. Like, even right now, I sometimes get shiny object syndrome while doing e-commerce. Like, I have a successful brand, but I have opportunities presented to me. Like, for example, someone wants to start a software company with me. Like, they already built one. They want me to be part of it. For example, like another one, like meme coin trading, right? A friend of mine is doing so well with leverage trading for crypto, and you know, I see the money looks really good, but that's a whole different skill set, right? It's a whole different skill set you got to learn and actually put time and effort into. When you can just put all your focus into one skill set and just scale that, always improve it, because there's always room for improvement, right? There's always room for improvement, and guess what? If you make mistakes, that's good, right? You would never have learned that if you never made that mistake. And I think that those three rules is super important for anyone, for any kind of level, for anyone in each level, right? If you're a beginner, intermediate, or you're an expert in business or entrepreneurship, like you're already up there, like this applies to everyone, right? If you want to see success in business, you need to, one, avoid wasting money on stupid shit, right? Avoid money on stupid shit so that you can spend money on the actual ROI shit, right? Number two, stop hanging around broke mindset people, right? You need to be around people that actually want something, want to have a successful life, want to have or have a plan, right? So that you can do the same. Number three is remove shiny object syndrome. This is super important so that you don't get too fuzzied in your brain and actually focus into one thing that actually will make you work and get things done. And so that should be it. And I hope you guys enjoy the video, and please comment anything that you want me to go over in the next video. Comment any of your ideas, and also turn on notifications so that you can be notified for my future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate it. Bye.